He built the most powerful financial empire in the world. Yet most people don't even know his name. From a middle-class boy in California to the man who manages more money than entire nations, Larry Fink reshaped global finance, influenced governments, guided economies through crisis, and changed how the world invests. This is the unbelievable story of the quiet architect behind BlackRock, the man whose decisions impact markets, countries, and billions of lives. Stay with us, because you're about to discover how Larry Fink quietly became one of the most influential figures in modern history. Lawrence Douglas Fink, known globally as Larry Fink, born November 2, 1952, in Van Nuys, California, rose from a modest middle-class upbringing to become one of the most influential figures in modern finance, shaping the global economy through principles, innovation, and a vision that ultimately transformed how the world thinks about investment, risk, sustainability, and long-term value. His early life was grounded in simplicity, raised by parents who ran a shoe store and nurtured a family that valued discipline, responsibility, and steady ambition. Lessons that would later influence his leadership philosophy and strategic patience as he built the most powerful asset management company in history, BlackRock. As a child, he showed a natural talent for numbers, analytical reasoning, and understanding how small decisions could have big consequences, a mindset sharpened during his academic years at UCLA, where he studied political science and later pursued an MBA at UCLA Anderson School of Management, positioning himself at the intersection of economic theory and real-world financial systems. His early career began at First Boston, where he quickly became a rising star on Wall Street, known for an uncanny ability to foresee interest rate changes, build innovative mortgage-backed security strategies, and design financial models that generated massive profits for the firm, earning him both admiration and influence in a world dominated by fierce competition, high stakes, and emerging financial technologies. But despite his early success, a devastating miscalculation in 1986, one that caused a $100 million loss, became the pivotal turning point of his life, shaping the way he would later build BlackRock and fueling a lifelong obsession with risk management, transparency, systemization, and the belief that no firm should ever be blind to the risks embedded within its own decisions. Rather than allowing the loss to end his career, he used it as motivation to think bigger, smarter, and more strategically, eventually leaving First Boston and collaborating with 7 colleagues to form BlackRock in 1988 under the umbrella of Blackstone Group, building the company not on aggressive speculation but on disciplined, data-driven, risk-controlled investing, establishing himself as the architect of an entirely new philosophy in financial services, one that prioritized stability, long-termism, and the use of technology to understand and manage risk at a level no one had attempted before. BlackRock grew quickly under Fink's leadership, propelled by his forward-thinking vision that clients, from governments to pension funds to corporations to everyday individuals, needed not just investment products but comprehensive risk management solutions, and this insight led to the creation of Aladdin, the groundbreaking AI-driven risk analysis system that would become the beating heart of BlackRock's operations, analyzing trillions of dollars in assets daily, simulating potential crises, and providing a level of risk transparency unmatched in the global financial system, ultimately turning BlackRock into the most trusted advisor for governments and central banks worldwide. Fink's influence expanded dramatically after the 2008 global financial crisis, when BlackRock was called upon to help the U.S. government analyze toxic mortgage assets, evaluate failing institutions, and stabilize the broader system, a role that cemented the firm and Fink himself as central players in rebuilding the post-crisis financial order, earning BlackRock a reputation as the 4th branch of government in some circles. Though Fink always approached this influence with a blend of caution, seriousness, and responsibility surrounding ESG investing and the complexities of leading a firm deeply connected to global institutions and national governments. Yet he consistently emphasized that BlackRock's mission was to help ordinary people secure retirement, navigate market uncertainty, and build long-term financial stability. His leadership style, calm, analytical, strategic, and deeply long-term oriented, has made him a central figure in discussions about capitalism, democratizing investing, and the future of the global financial system. He has advised presidents, consulted with central banks, influenced climate finance frameworks, and helped shape the global economic agenda. Yet he rarely seeks the spotlight, preferring that his actions and BlackRock's innovations speak for themselves. Over the decades, Fink's legacy has grown not only from the size and influence of BlackRock but from the ideas he introduced. That transparency must be the backbone of modern finance. That risk must be understood before it is taken, and that global challenges, climate change, inequality, demographic shifts, require financial institutions to be part of the solution rather than the problem. His work transformed the asset management industry, turned passive investing into a mainstream global force, and reshaped the relationship between financial markets and society, making him one of the most consequential financiers in modern history. Even as he steps further into the role of elder statesman in global finance, Larry Fink continues to advocate for responsibility, resilience, and long-term thinking in a world increasingly driven by short-term pressure, political polarization, and rapid technological change, leaving behind a legacy defined not just by trillions of dollars under management, but by a philosophy that has permanently rewritten how institutions understand risk, how leaders understand purpose, and how the world understands the power and responsibility of finance.